Hey everyone. Okay, so this is my last, I promise, holiday video. It's X-Men 165. Interesting cover. Nice look on Emma's face. uh, so anyway, basically, what happens is in the beginning, there's like a car crash where this family runs into this tanker truck. And so the X-Men, it's like almost right outside their house. So they jump in to help, and you know, like Iceman ices the tanker so that it won't, explode and make everything worse. Um, Nightcrawler helps transport injured people to the hospital. This one of the new mutants that is there, because this is 2005. Elixir, he can heal people. I mean, what he says is he can't heal everyone, like, because that would take too much out of him, but he can heal like minor injuries and stuff. And basically, since X-23 came to the mansion like willingly, um, Wolverine decides it would be a great idea to make her roommates with Rachel and Kitty. And see, Kitty has Lockheed. I always thought that was cute. I always liked the fact that she had a dragon. I thought that was cool. So of course Rachel is Rachel Summers Phoenix, Scott and Jean's daughter. So, and they're not thrilled with this little arrangement, but what are you gonna do? And so they also, like, in the true spirit of Christmas, they go to this mutant like hospice, to serve food and stuff, and to visit with people that are there. And this is about Mutants Without Borders, Beast Idea. And Nightcrawler says sometimes children saving the world isn't about fighting supervillains, because they take all these kids, these new mutants, to this place to help give back, which, I mean, is a great idea, great message to send people. And apparently Gambit has gone blind, and the kid who can heal people, he can't heal him. He's tried. So he has these like glasses for him that kind of help him see, but Gambit jokes that Bobby is his seeing eye superhero sort of thing. So apparently Bobby is stuck in his ice form. I mean, like, in the X-Men, like, things are rotating constantly and always changing. I mean, it's just, and then they always kind of go back to normal, I will say. Like, Rogue's powers, we talked about it in another holiday issue, we're going crazy, and Gambit, blind for a while, Wolverine was married, all this stuff. Like, the more things change, the more things stay the same. That old saying. So apparently, the girls and the other X-Men come up with this idea to surprise Kitty, or to surprise Emma and Scott, that run the new school. And so they hear the alarm go off, and of course Emma's like, everyone calm down, it's okay. And then you see it, she gets a snowball right in the face, which she deserves. And Bobby says, talk is cheap, Emma. If you want a piece of us, bring it on. And Cyclops is like, with pleasure. And Bobby's like, hey, no powers, no fair. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Anyway, so I thought that was funny. And then, like, you see up in the sky, you see Beast joined by his two elves, Rachel and Kitty. And you can see Beast, his appearance has changed a lot over the years. I mean, he's definitely now more cat-like in appearance, which Growing up on the animated series, you know, that's how I knew him. That's how I will always know him. Even though he looks like that now, more cat-like, I will always see him in my head the way he was in the 90s. So anyway, yeah, B says, as co-heads of the Institute, Scott Summers and Emma Frost, you deserve the first gifts. Hey, I just noticed that. Scott Summers, Frost, summer, winter, like opposites, but they attract. It's funny. Anyway, so he plunks red noses on them, and Scott laughs, and Emma's like, ha, 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 because, of course, you know, she's pretty uptight and serious. And he even brings presents. So, I mean, this is a more fun issue because they actually, like, it's more about Christmas. You know, I mean, Beast dresses up as Santa, and he has elf helpers. And then here you have a concert by Lila Cheney. I think that's how you say her name, but she's like an international rock star. She's apparently going out with Sam at this point, and he kind of asked her for a favor. And it's so funny, like, Kitty's making the bar, and she's like, if anyone wants, you know, the hard stuff, you have to ask the dragon, but remember, you know, he knows who's legal, and he breathes fire. So I thought that was funny. Like, they have a lot of funny quips in this one. I think that's why I enjoy it. There's so many new people though, like new mutants. And there's Magma. She's like apparently from like the Roman ages. And she obviously controls magma. They're not very creative with that one. But it's okay. And you see Lorna and Bobby, you know, together. And Gambit's calling out for Rogue, who has been, at this point, 2005, revealed that her name's Anna. So he said, Josh said you were waiting out here for me. Josh Elixir. And he says, like, under Iceman's missile tree, no less. Rogue, I like your style. I missed you, Sherry. And then she says, I'm sorry, Remy, but it's not Rogue. And, you know, and she's like, this is not what you think. And then he yells at her, Sage, the X-Men's living computer, don't walk away from me, woman. Were you playing with my powers? Does this come kind of jumpstart again? And then, like, you can see, like, all of a sudden, he can see again. So she, you know, she fixed his eyes. I don't know how she did that, but anyway. So, gifts. Like the Victoria's Secret sweatpants that say pink on the butt. That's what that reminds me of. And then Emma says, well, Rachel, we brought you a present too. I'd like to present you to your grandparents, you know, Jean Grey's parents, John and Elaine Grey. And of course she's like overwhelmed, like, oh wow, this is awesome. And the police officer says, sorry to intrude, but I have the people here who you saved, and they just wanted to say thank you. And then, like, they're having a party, and X-23 says, you know, you can join us if you want to. And then she looks at Logan and says, was I wrong to invite them? And he's like, no, you did good, kid. And you can see a projection of Magneto and Charles Xavier looking in on the festivities, and just, you know, Magneto's like, you can join them, you know, if you wanted to. And Xavier says, this isn't the time, old friend. There are too many questions I'm not prepared to answer just yet. Instead, let each of us in our own way savor the moment and what it represents. that this indeed is the season of joy and of hope. So, and then they have a group shot, which I think is just really cool, fun. And there's Jubilee. Like I said, you know, there was no, like in these stories, the Christmas stories, there's no huge, well, I guess Gambit being cured would be a huge, like, plot line or a huge detail that would be important. But in most of them, there's not. But they're just fun stories. It's fun to see the X-Men in that type of environment, in the, like, holiday environment, so to speak, and just it just kind of, to me, resonates with me because it makes them seem more real, makes them more relatable, because they're like, oh, they're celebrating the holidays just like me, just like, you know, everyone does, or all these other people do. So I just find them fun in that sense, that they're just for fun, basically. There's no rhyme or reason to them, basically. It's just for fun. And that's why I enjoy them so much, I guess. Anyway, so, oh yeah, and this, a Wolverine is hilarious. I mean, he looks like he's, I don't know, that he looks funny. He looks super surprised and shocked, just like Emma looks super surprised. Anyway, that was my last video in the holiday videos, which, you know, I hope you enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed making them. I always like to look back on those. Like I said, they're just fun stories. It just reminds you of the holidays and how they're just fun and, for the most part, lighthearted, and people come together during the holidays. You saw little glimpses of that with the cab driver, you know, telling Rogue and Gambit that he didn't have anything against them. He just saw them as people trying to live their lives and hopefully make the world safer for people like him, or like the family that they rescued. They just wanted to come in person and say thanks. And them volunteering at the mutant hospice, you know, giving food and comfort to those who are sick. I just, you know, they're just fun stories that remind you that of humanity and the good that can be in the world. And like them going around the world and delivering all the presents back that were stolen. Like I said, that was a fun issue too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this holiday series, and I hope to see you in the future for new videos. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Bye.